Not live. Now it's live. There we go. We're here. We're 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 ready to rock and roll. There is a 10-second delay on YouTube. So for everybody who's going to be watching us on YouTube, thank you everybody who's watching us on Facebook and on Twitter. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with us tonight on the rap party for Vicky Styx, the dead princess Vicky Styx, #1. We're closing it up, and we ran a 35-day campaign, Marvin. Oh, excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce one of my homies here, Marvin Wynn. Marvin, please introduce yourself, brother.
This is Marvin Wynn here, writer of The Edge, coming straight out of Comicsburg.
All right. My brother, I get so wrapped up in talking, inside baseball and stuff like that. The flow just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. And I get lost where I'm at sometimes. But yes, thank you everybody for joining us on the rap party for the dead princess Vicky Styx over on Kickstarter. We ran a 35-day campaign, and we are in the final moments of this bad boy. And we got another homie coming through tonight. Here we go. JD Calderon. JD, what's up, brother? His mic is off. I love the technical moments, but whatever. JD is here. He's chilling with us also. What's up, Calderon? What's doing, baby?
What's up, Mr. J? What's up, Mark? I think I'm going to sit here with my mic on mute, and I'm just going to stare at the two of you.
Well, somebody married me, so I think I got.
I don't know why.
Massage,
I mean, I wouldn't have any problem with people staring at this beautiful visage right here for hours. I'll salute you too.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to log into the Kickstarter. The other thing I forgot to do today. Holy shit! We're having a go. We're having a go, folks. But whatchamacallit, yes, we are on the last day of the Kickstarter, the last hour of the Kickstarter.
It's the final countdown.
And we've had a lot of ups and downs in this campaign. Holy shit, I'm about to get locked out of my goddamn Kickstarter. We've had a lot of ups and downs on this campaign, but we're doing pretty good. We've got over 135 backers today, and that is more backers than I've ever received on any Kickstarter, which is awesome.
So the question is, if you don't have ups and downs in a Kickstarter, are you even Kickstarting? Are you even crowdfunding if you're not having ups and downs?
Yeah.
I mean, if you get $1 million, I mean, that's different. But
yeah, nobody's getting $1 million on Kickstarter unless you got a big name, baby. But I do want to get one more piece of business out of the way before we rock and roll, and I will be giving away 2 different sketch covers to the people who have backed us here on Kickstarter. So I'm really psyched that I'm able to do that. To thank you to everybody who has been rocking and rolling. Now, these Kickstarter bonuses, they're not Vicky Styx sketch covers. These one-of-a-kinds are based on one of our other titles, Shield of the Interceptor. And here we got the Interceptor up against Spawn, right? For all those Spawn people that are out there, I hope one of the people that wins it is a Spawn fan. And then we've got another Shield of the Interceptor cover. These were done by Granda, and he's the artist on one of the covers from the dead Princess Vicky Styx. So this is the one that he's worked on. So there's some tie-ins, some associations to the sketch covers going out and the work that they have done with this project, the dead Princess Vicky Styx.
Did you do sketch covers for all the books, like blank covers for that?
I'm offering blank covers on this one.
Okay.
I don't have anybody doing any sketches yet, but I'm going to have some sketches done. So by the time the next Vicky Styx rolls around, I will be able to offer some sketch covers on the first issue of it. All right. I'm sorry, Calvin. You were going to ask me something. I cut you off, buddy. What's up?
No, I'm good. I'm just tired. I'm catching up for like a bunch of long days at work. So
Oh, you went into work today.
no, I did not go to work today. I'm catching up. I'm starting to.
Okay.
I'm trying to recover.
So, do you do more work on your books or more work on the day job?
Depends.
What do you mean?
If they can get me to work at the day job, that's one thing. But yeah, no, I mean, definitely the harder and more interesting work is the work I do for myself, for the books.
Yeah. What about you, Marvin?
I mean, I think it's even. I mean, doing IT stuff and not only having to do development, but do troubleshooting for other people's problems takes up a lot of time. But and we all know the time you spent doing a single comic book. So months upon months of crying in your sleep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, on average, how much time do you guys spend working on?
Just one book?
Yeah. No, on on the whole thing.
Oh,
Everything you're going on. How much time do you spend?
man. I'm usually scheduled out for at least 25 hours a week.
Okay. Do you think you could fit in more, or that's the most you can do?
I mean, but 25 hours is sacrificing sleep. So so 5 hours of sleep, and then that other time is spending working on projects.
Okay. What about you, Calderon?
It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. I think, I guess as a strict schedule, I said at least 18 hours. But that could easily be 30. You know what I mean? It could easily be 40. Because any extra time I'm gonna get, I'm probably gonna be doing something along those lines. And that doesn't even include like the time I spend on a train, like writing, editing. It doesn't include time that you just sit back and think about the business, right? So there's a lot of that. So I mean, who knows? I mean, like I said, I do my day job, and then everything, and then whatever time I have there to goof off and think about this, I will.
Right. I mean, like I said, it's probably more time because I schedule that time. Right. That doesn't mean that it's not including other times where, like when you're in REM sleep or in the bathroom or in the shower. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I gotta get out of the shower so I can write something down.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So do you use like Siri or Alexa or anything like that to take notes for you, things like that?
Never. I make it a point to remember stuff, and if I don't remember it, it wasn't worth remembering.
Negative on that last statement.
That's not true. That's a positive. Bro, that's a positive. Because you know what? You're gonna write down every garbage idea that comes out of your head and put it on a piece of paper, and you're gonna try to use it at some point. And you're gonna realize 9 months down the line, this was trash. I should have never thought of this. I should have never regurgitated this. I'm telling you, work on the thoughts that you remember.
Okay, I've got too much on my mind to remember all the thoughts that I've had.
Everybody does. That's not an excuse.
That's one. Two, half the time when I use the Siri dictation to record a note, she is coming up with something totally different that I even put in there. And most of the time, it's a lot better than what I would have thought of. So Siri, she's my baby. She's my friend, bro. My wife is jealous of Siri.
You give her credit in the book?
No. You should give her credit in the book.
Negative. That's one more person to pay. my ego is writing checks that my body can't cash. Excuse me, that my business can't cash. Right? Because this performance on this Kickstarter, let's take a quick look at it right now. All right. This being my 18th campaign, you always think that, going into it, you think I got it in the bag, right? And that is often not the case, folks. There's always something new to learn, and what I learned this time is that I do not know shit. Right? Whatchamacallit? This campaign has thrown me for a loop. So we got 51 minutes left to go on this bad boy. But this bad boy has thrown me for a loop. And while I have had more backers than I have ever had, we're not at a dollar amount that is beating the first or second dollar amount that I've made on Kickstarter. You figure with 18 campaigns, I would know what I'm doing. Again, there's still always something to learn on here, and I half the time am perplexed by what is going on.
So what are the okay? Let me stop fucking on. All right, let's try to get into business. All right. All right. So what are your takeaways from this? What do you think you did right? What do you think you did wrong? I asked these questions on Sunday. What are you doing right? What are you doing wrong, bro?
What am I doing right? I'm reaching a lot more people than I did before. What am I doing wrong? I'm not converting on those people. So one of the things that I'm not pulling up right now is the amount of ads I've taken up for this campaign. And in all of those ads, I mean, one ad, I had about 350 people click on this.
Right.
But with the personal links I attached to every ad, not one person clicked over from those 351. Excuse me, not one person backed the campaign from those 351 clicks. So am I not converting because of the product? Am I not converting because of the build of the campaign? Am I not converting because of my effort somewhere down the road? I don't know.
Do you feel that not having a video hurt you?
Right now, yeah, maybe. But the last campaign had a video. It did make money. The campaign before that did. Okay, so maybe not having a video.
All right. Do you feel that maybe a lack of we were there, the whole thing with Larry and the thing that he said, about tiering up the different covers you have, like putting them on different tiers. We had a conversation about this the other day.
We did.
Do you think that maybe hurt you? Did you maybe think you left some money on the table because of that?
Maybe, because I've looked at some of the other guys who utilize that, and this is not knocking any of them. This is just a comparison. They're making their dough. God bless. Way to be on that. I'm very happy for anybody who succeeds on any crowdfunding platform. Not trying to take away the work that anybody puts in. But I have, you look at some numbers and you do see that some creators are doing that, and they are hitting higher dollar amounts with less people. It's there. But then I am seeing, $4,000 dollar amounts with 200 people, right? So again, they're converting. They're not hitting big tickets, but there's other factors involved in this, not just what happens in the campaign, right? I went out and I said that this campaign was to raise the money to print the book, and God damn it, we got that, right? I cannot complain. I completed my objective. Other campaigns, I got half of the money to print up the book, so I was coming out of pocket. So I don't have to come out of pocket on printing the book, but I did not recoup expenses, which is one of the things that I would have liked to have done. Right. But now that we're getting back into doing conventions, C2E2 baby, 2023, we will be there. So now that we are doing conventions again, that is our opportunity to recoup our investment and make money on the product, just like we did in years past.
Okay, that's fair. All right, so now I'm gonna have to hammer you. Do you think with the additional expenses from C2E2 added to your core costs of developing the book, that you're going to be able to break even?
Break even? Yes. Turn a huge profit? No, right? And I say this all the time when it comes down to conventions. You got to set more than just a financial goal for the convention, right? What are the other goals? Signing people up for the newsletter, networking, finding new talent, new collaborators to work with, right? Establishing a presence in that town, in that city, wherever that convention is, so that way people can look forward to you coming back again.
Do you find that you're going to spend a couple extra days in Chicago to maybe visit some retailers?
Yes.
That you can drop off and maybe sell some books to?
Right. Yes.
That's the goal at every show now. Every show.
Yes.
I mean, we hit 6 stores. They were at the show, so we didn't have to go to their stores. So they were already at the show. So
that's awesome.
When the retailers were at the show, but any of these shows that we're going to, we're looking out for retailers in the area.
Marvin, are you going to C2E2?
Yes.
All right, do me a favor. Watch that guy. All right. watch that guy.
Well, I already got word on a bunch of meetups and everything for C2E2, so I got you covered. Like, there's going to be there's going to be a barbecue on Friday and Saturday. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got some hookups already for that.
Listen, there's one thing I got to do when I get to Chicago, and that is go to Portillo's. Anybody watching from Chicago, what's up? You know Portillo's is the place to be, at least for me. All right. So I at least 2 of the days that I'm going to be there, I will be at Portillo's.
Portillo's is what? A steakhouse?
No, it's an Italian restaurant that specializes in Chicago style hot dogs, sausages, stuff like that. And the restaurant.
Are you gonna have the Chicago style pizza with it?
Never.
I got a story on that one. We went to Chicago for work one time. We were setting up at AI Chicago, and we went to get the pizza. And I'm sorry, Chicago, but it ain't good. I apologize. It's a mess. It's just like a sauce and more sauce. And how much sauce can you put in here? Put some more in it.
You sure it wasn't a soup?
Soup. Well, we're not any better here in Pittsburgh. There's a place here in Pittsburgh that puts the cheese on after the pizza's cooked.
After a pizza's cooked?
Yes.
Oh no, you get a backhand for that. Now, if you put the cheese under the sauce, okay. We got a place out here in New York called LMB's. They specialize in that. They do the Sicilian style pizza, not a square, ladies and gentlemen, not a square. It's called a Sicilian style slice. All right. Yes. So they throw the dough, the cheese, and then the sauce. And what's great about this is that the cheese acts like a force field, and it keeps that dough nice and crispy on the top and the bottom, right? But still nice and juicy with the sauce on top. Yeah. And it's a nice tangy sauce.
They put the cheese on after it's done, so the cheese isn't melted. So it's just hanging out.
So I wanna get down with this. This is one of the crew that helps me out from Unstoppable Comics, David Perdomo, and yes, that is where we went. We went to Portillo's in Chicago, ladies and gentlemen. Best place in Chicago, in my opinion.
So are you doing Artist Alley then?
No, I'm going to be doing small press.
Okay.
Yeah, small press, corner booth. I don't know what the layout is going to be like. I can't wait to see it. You know, I hope it's better than last time. You know, Reggie says, "What's up to everybody?" David is here in the chat saying, "What's up?" Daphne is saying, "No job can pay me enough to put in the fraction of time and effort I put into doing my own comics." That is a very bold statement. Very accurate, I think, also for a lot of us. But what is that? What is that? When you break down the amount of time that we're putting into a book and the amount of money we're making on that book, our dollar per hour amount is really low. Really.
Right. But you got to understand, though, for some of us, it's art.
Okay.
Right. For some of us, it's art. Right.
Okay.
And we don't take those types of financial considerations into consideration because it is art.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So for some of us, is that if you want to focus on money, You know, it's a totally different game. You know, so I mean, you know, that's where the whole art and commerce kind of conflict, right? Because we got to ask ourselves, are we artists, right?
Yes.
Or are we or are we business people, right? And it's hard to say because we're both, right? We have to try to be both, right? But the thing is which one sings in you stronger, right? And Daphne is the artist, and myself is the artist. For some, it's the business. That's fine, but it's just, you know, you got to make that you got to take that into consideration when you ask that question, right? How do you and how you respond to that question, right? Okay. Because you're going to look at it as like, well, you're only making let's say $10,000 a year at this, right? Just for argument's sake. But this other guy is making $200,000 a year, right? Who's more successful? Right.
I mean, all of our successes are matter in our own opinion, though, right?
Right,
so
of course.
One person's success is not another person's. It's not like some people are there just to make money. Like we've seen it, people on Facebook, and their entire goal is to get a Netflix deal.
Right.
I'm making this book to make money, and then I want to make a Netflix deal, sell it to Netflix, and then go do something else, and then sell that to Netflix. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's almost the same thing as trying to win the Powerball. It's right. 1 in 292 million to 1 is your rate. That's almost the population of the country. Mm-hmm. So yeah. I mean, it's the rate of someone. And even if you do, like we've seen a few people who have gotten those deals and nothing came of it.
Right.
So right, like you sign a contract and you get handed $2,000 or $5,000, and that's all you see from it forever. As it just sits there 10, 15 years before someone decides, oh, well, let's dust this thing off because we've gone through everything else and it's gotten canceled. So what do we have left?
Right. I mean, look at Jeff Smith. Yeah. Right. Boom. Made tons of money, sold millions of books all over the world. Right. Can't get that cartoon made for nothing. And he's tried hard.
Right. I mean, is it? But in that stead, is it the money that it's going to cost? So why not go to crowdfunding to get something like that made? I'm pretty sure that Jeff Bone can get $2 million to do.
Does he want to do that on his own?
Exactly. Does he? Does he care? Just like
well, I don't think. I think he understands that the infrastructure that's required to make a cartoon is beyond him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's just because you're not talking $2 million to make a proper cartoon. He's probably talking $100 million.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's short. Like you do like a 2 or 3 minute short.
Right. To maybe sell it.
Right. I mean, like what happened with Deadpool. Like that movie was dead in the water until someone, Ryan Reynolds, leaked it on the internet.
Right.
But then you also look at Todd McFarlane and Spawn. Like he's dead set on not only getting that movie made, but directing it himself. And he's
I think he's got to step away from doing that.
He's not going to let that go. And I'm not like thinking, why don't you just go to crowdfunding? Because it has to be someone investing in that. That's the hold up with that movie. No one wants to give him money if he's going to direct it himself, I would think.
Yeah, but the thing is also he's worth $300 to $400 million.
Yeah.
Right. So that's different. I don't think Jeff is quite in that ballpark.
Oh no. Right? I'm saying that like
he can self-finance.
Yeah, he can self-finance that movie himself. And I think that the whole problem with it getting it done is that he has an idea in his head and he's not going to let it go. And the investors are like, well, dude, we'll do it, but we don't want you directing it.
I mean, and Jeff has something that Todd doesn't, even though Todd McFarlane has a lot going on. Todd has, the toys but Jeff has been scholastic.
Yes.
So Jeff's reach, I feel, is greater than Todd's when it comes to how many people have
international.
Yeah.
I would say internationally his reach is larger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Domestically probably as well, because he's been in a lot of libraries, a lot of schools. Right. So who knows? I mean, we don't know. I mean, I'm sure they're out there somewhere, but his sales numbers are, I'm sure, in the millions.
But even if the art is the goal, don't you need the finances to make the art continue to work? Yes.
No, you don't.
Why not?
No, you don't. Because as a writer, I'm an artist, and even if I can write the stories for myself and pack them away in a trunk. The art will always be made.
Yeah, but that's only self-satisfying. That's not getting it out there.
Whoa,
I'm writing.
Whoa. Pera. Hold on.
What?
I was asked this. I was quoted a specific question, and I answered the question, not your next question. I answered A, not B. I wasn't asked the B question. I was only and I answered the A question.
Okay,
this is the question. I just answered it. Now you got a next question? Go for it.
Excuse moi for reading into the statement. I'm sorry. Okay. Yes. Can I always
apologize? Just don't do it again.
I can always write. I will always be able to write. Yes. But I'm not writing for me.
Okay. See, that's the difference. I write my stories for me. Right. And I share them with everybody else. I don't write for anybody else. I've done that professionally. I've made money at it professionally. I could have probably gone out and gotten a job because I know people at some of these companies, and I'm sure I could have begged them. I was like, please give me a job. And they were like, Jesus, stop being so pathetic. They'll probably give me a job. Right? They'd be like, please just write this, just write this, and get the hell away from me. Right?
Yeah.
Plenty of guys do that. Plenty of professionals do that to editors. Okay. I just don't like pitching. So I never bothered.
Okay.
Right. So that's writing for other people. I don't write for other people. I write for myself and I share it out. And I love sharing it with everyone. You understand? And I hope everybody, has a good time. And that's what I want. Right. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that.
Okay. I don't like being Oliver Twist. I don't like going up to somebody in a position of power and saying, "May I have some more?" That's not me. That's the reason I'm doing it.
Right. I get it.
I feel, I don't know. Is it the New York of me? Stop begging. That was one of the right. We had as a kid growing up. Stop begging.
Stop begging. Yeah.
Stop begging. So it's like. Yep. Whether that's PTSD ingrained in me or whatever the case is, right? I don't even get close to crossing that line, whether professionally or creatively or just hanging out with people. Oh, can I have a sip? I mean, I'm beyond, I'm not in the bar.
Can you get some of that?
Listen, I grew up poor, and sometimes
we all. Well, I don't know about Marvin, but we all did.
You're out there, you're playing handball, and you see you got a quart of water, but somebody got a Snapple, and you're like, oh, can I have a sip? You know what I mean?
Forget that. How about the little jugs?
That was quarter waters.
The hugs.
They're called jugs, hugs, but we call them quarter waters, right? Because for $1, shit, you are the sugar high.
Pixie Styx.
Pixie Styx?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Really? Well, you go straight crack, dude. Right. You're forget about the liquid. I wanted to pour that shit in my mouth.
What was the one? It had like the white stick, like a candy stick.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about. You used to dip it in.
The garbage, stuff.
Oh, the 3 pouches. Oh,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was good stuff. That was good stuff.
And that stick was just pure sugar.
Yeah.
That stick was just pure sugar.
Melted in your mouth halfway through. You just got to the 3rd pouch and you just tore that motherfucker open. You open it and just like, yeah. Right to the head, man. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I think that when in these kind of situations, you're looking at what is it. How do you feel at the end of the day when you're doing these things? Like you don't want to feel like you're selling your soul at sometimes to get to where you want to go, and you want your work to speak for itself. You want to walk up to that editor or that big name creator, put your book in front of them and say, "Hey, check this out," and then they contact you, say, "Hey, man, that book was great." And it doesn't seem like it happens a lot. So some people are in that position where they got to bend the knee to get to their goal. But I mean, I think it matters, like I said, how far you're willing to go.
How far you're willing to bend the knee?
Yeah. And how far what your goal is to get to where you want to go. And it's unfortunate in some of these professional setting situations, if you don't bend the knee, then mean,
you're not gonna make it.
Right.
It also depends on what your goals are.
Right.
Right. Like myself and Jay and yourself, we're independent. We want to do our own thing.
Right.
So we're not looking to like genuflect to like some editor somewhere, go buy him a drink, whatever. Mm-hmm. That's not our goal, right? We're just out here just doing our thing,
I'm gonna use another statement I grew up saying, and I don't know if this went around in Pittsburgh, but I'm sure it did, Marvin. But I don't sweat nobody. Yeah. I don't. I don't care.
Are you sure? I see you sweat Brian Pulido all the damn time.
That's different.
He just said he doesn't sweat nobody. This is different.
Dude, sweat and examining what somebody does and trying to break down what he's done and try to use that on what I'm doing. It's totally different.
Right.
Totally different. You know what? I'll give you a great
go for it.
Parallel to this. The Rock studied Will Smith's career.
Okay.
Right? The Rock.
Is he gonna smack a comedian soon?
He's gonna give him the rock bottom.
He did all his smackdowns before he came into cinema.
Okay. Well, he's gonna have to smack him and then go cry.
There you go. No, wait till he and John Cena get into a movie together. We'll see what happens. But see, The Rock studied his career, and The Rock will say that, right? He tried to follow the same path that he did. Does that mean that The Rock was sweating Will Smith? No, he studied him, just like I'm studying Pulido. Now, when I say I don't sweat nobody, I'm not going to anybody asking for a job. I'm not going to be like, can you get me into like a backup story in a Marvel book? No, that's not what I'm going to fucking do. I don't care. I can't. It goes against who I am, right? I mean, I got a big chip on my shoulder, right? And that's why I walk with a limp.
I mean, it'd be different if someone came up to you and said, "Hey, we want you to write this for Marvel."
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
And Jay,
I think I'm in that boat too.
Jay, please don't make it that easy for me. That's all I'm saying. I'll tell you in private.
Are you trying to say that he's got a pair of knee pads over there?
Wow. You know what? I didn't even consider that, but it's probably, I don't know what he's doing in the parking lots after work.
Hold on a second. We'll talk about the parking lot in a moment.
Whoa.
I learned that it was cheaper to eat Kool-Aid powder straight from the can.
The spoon, just spooning it up.
Oh man!
So what she's saying she does, like you spoon it up into your mouth, and then you put water in your mouth, and you swish it around.
You just swish it.
That's it.
Yeah. Listen, your sugar to fluid ratio is a lot stronger that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, did you see the opening credits of the movie Dodgeball? Vince Vaughn, when he gets up in the morning, he just sticks a handful of Cheerios in his mouth, opens up a can of beer, and he keeps it moving. I think that's the best breakfast ever. Very efficient. Very efficient. All right. What is the one thing you learned from Pulido that you have benefited from? And what's the one thing that Pulido does you refuse to do? That's an awesome question. One of the things that he has done is the random giveaways to various backers. And that's something definitely that I've been doing in this campaign. The thing is, what I will not do that he does is he gets his backers to buy into a certain pledge amount. So only the backers that buy into whatever tier, whether it's whatever premium tier it is. I'm not going to try to make up what it was, but it is a premium tier. It's not a base tier. So what am I doing that's different than he is? Everybody that has backed me gets a chance to get something extra added to their rewards.
Now, can we add the disclaimer that if they've already won one, that they're only allowed to win one, and it'll be
negative? There's no disclaimer on that. We've got somebody that
has
won two. She's won two, and that's great. Right. I'm happy she's won two.
But you're just not giving it to somebody else.
If you want something extra, no,
I'm not talking about for myself. Problem. You know what? I'm pulling my pledge right now. Hold on. Just to prove this point.
Just lower it to $1.
Dude, I had somebody do that last night. I had somebody drop from $155 to $10.
Oh,
that's
changed their
that hurts.
8 times. They did it 8 times.
Really? But he's still in, and I'm thank you he stayed in. Excuse me, I'm thankful that he stayed in. So that's appreciative. Look, things happen in people's life. The economy's changing. I get it, dude. My most back piece is the single book. Right? I've had 61 people back that. That is awesome. I'm appreciative of that. Right? Because that means, in my opinion, they like the product, or they're at least interested in it enough to try it out.
Right.
So, have any of you guys learned anything from Polito that you would do, or that you wouldn't?
I mean, he's really good at marketing and stuff, and what he does, he hits all the YouTube channels he can. So he's out there pushing it through YouTube. Like he's on Pop XP and other channels, pushing, and he's getting a lot of backers from being on those channels. Like I did a couple of streams on my stuff, and I was getting. I mean, I think I got at least half my backers from what? Well, I was getting to that. And I got a lot of my backers from being on YouTube. So, I mean, I think, like I was saying before, the newest marketing tool is YouTube. Like stream YouTube, Twitch, all that. Anytime you're in front of people and talking about the product, they're getting invested in not only the product, but in you. And what I don't want to do any boots on my covers. Like, we can do covers very tastefully, and I notice a lot of people are getting a lot of money off. So we can do something that is not that close to it, but not having a lot of. It's not gratuitous, I'll say. A lot of the thing is more gratuitous, so we can do stuff like this. That's not gratuitous. I mean, it's her costume, but we're not going to do like straight up nudity where it has to be we have to cover this up so and only certain people can get it. Like when you go into like a magazine shop and they have the racy magazines either behind the shelf or it's got a piece of cardboard in it, something like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I would want to exploit my characters like that too. Okay.
Well, it seems like Daphne's found her audience, right? And they're the ones who continue to support her. So if they are, why not keep making the stuff that they're going to buy? Yes.
Right. Agreed. I mean, if it works for you, fine. I mean, I'm not dissuading anyone from doing it. I just says that I don't think I would go down that path. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for myself, I mean, as far as what he does, yeah, he's a great campaigner. He's a great marketer, right? I think one of the things that he says that I've always found interesting or useful is like, speak passionately to your project, right? He has passion for his project, and that's the route you should go. Now, as far as what I wouldn't do, I mean, as far as like nude variants or titty covers or whatever you want to call them, I don't have a problem with them. It's just that I'm doing a mouse book, and for a good portion of the book, he's just wearing a bow tie, so he's naked anyway, right? So it's not the same. I don't have that section of the market that I can pull in, but I have other properties that I'm working on with other people. Mm-hmm. And some of those will be venturing into those areas, right. And I don't have an issue doing those. I did straight up porn back in the day professionally. I wrote adult comics. Doesn't bother me. I have it's like anything else. You got to have a good time with it, right?
So there's a question for you. Mm-hmm. So your character Oswald is only wearing he's wearing a bow tie.
Sometimes.
So explain to me why Yogi Bear has a collar and a tie and no shirt.
Right. Same thing. Donald Duck just has a shirt, bro, and a hat.
Well, that's their clothing. I remember one episode of Tom and Jerry where Jerry gets run over by a lawnmower, and what's left is Jerry in a bikini. I didn't know Jerry was a girl. I thought he was a boy. But who knows anymore?
Maybe he's just cross-dressing that day. Bugs Bunny notorious for doing it.
That's why we had no problem with that stuff growing up. I don't get it. He kissed Elmer Fudd and he kissed Bad Bunny. It's all right. Yeah. He did his thing, baby. He did his thing.
I could have sworn in one episode they had a fake wedding for those two also.
They might have. Oh, you might be thinking of Broomhilda?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an awesome one. And it taught us classical music.
Yes.
Oh my God, dude, I loved it. And I know about Bride of the Valkyries because of Bugs Bunny.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. So there's about 20 minutes left in this campaign, folks. Mm-hmm. 20 minutes. If you want time to fly, if you feel like, tomorrow cannot come soon enough, can I recommend you starting a Kickstarter? Because any crowdfunding campaign whatsoever, when you do, it's like, 35 days has gone in the blink of an eye, right? Yep. And wow, right? I'm just like, I didn't think this was gonna happen. But again, we're funded, and there's 20 minutes left. But I want to get back to Daphne here in a second, right? The real answer is that the time collar allowed animators to only animate the head without having to animate anything else. Oh, very interesting.
And that's true too, because if you notice on that show, all the characters walk with their hands at their side and they never move.
Right.
Crowdfunding is the longest and shortest time you will ever have. That is correct. That is correct. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, I didn't know that's what that was for. So that's why Scooby-Doo has a collar. Look at that. Okay. Mm-hmm. You learn something new every day. Look at that, folks. If you're watching Jay the Unstoppable on YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook, you just found out, a nice little fact about animation that happened.
Nice little factoid.
Right? About, 50 years ago? 60 years ago?
You gotta get that star up there. The more you know.
But it's still relevant, baby. It still worked, and I'm excited. So there's about 20 minutes in the campaign. Once the campaign is over, I'm going to be raffling off 2 different sketch covers, folks, from previous books that have been released from Unstoppable Comics. And this is a thank you to everyone that has been backing the Dead Princess Vicky Styx campaign from Unstoppable Comics. I'm happy so many people got down with this. I really am. And as anybody who has run a crowdfunding campaign knows, this is only the start of a lot of work, right? You're going out to making sure that everything is ordered on time. You're making sure that people are filling out their surveys, which I hope you will do, folks. All right. A survey is not me trying to get information from you about what your blood type is and, where you spend your most money. I just want a little bit of information, such as which of the 4 covers you're selecting, which of the premium covers you are selecting, what other add-ons are in there, and 1 or 2 little bits and bobs, right? Mm-hmm. So I am definitely going to need your address as well to send you your goods, folks. So please make sure you fill out the surveys after the campaign is over. It's not going to come in tonight, but over the course of the weekend, you'll find the surveys popping up in your email. So I hope you fill them out, folks.
So since you brought up surveys, are you using the surveys on Kickstarter?
Yes.
Okay.
Why, there's a different one?
Yeah. What's the other platform?
The Backer Kit?
Backer Kit, yeah.
Backer Kit.
Yeah. I've never used Backer Kit.
I thought about it, and you have to rebuild the campaign, and that's why I didn't do it.
Right. Right. See, why do that when once this is over, Vicky Styx will be available for pre-order on my website, the Unstoppable Comics website. So if anybody missed out on Kickstarter, they don't understand Kickstarter, they didn't want to get down, I get it. I totally get it. But if you still want to get the book, you can get the book. All right. So the pre-order will be up, and there's an approximate ship date of December 1st. It could be earlier, it could be a few days after that. But that's the approximate ship date.
Can I ask you a question real quick? Do you actually intend on actually fulfilling all the orders this time?
Yes. Yeah. I am going to film the video of me showing up to your door and fulfilling your final order, even though there are people closer to me, location-wise, all right, that I can deliver to, but they will get their stuff shipped nicely, a beautiful package. But I'm going to walk up to your door, right? And I'm going to take that package. And just like you do with the phone books and the chihuahuas, I'm going to create that scene on video. And, let's put it out there as a lesson to anybody else who busts my balls in any future campaign.
It's going in that mailbox, whether it fits or not.
I will just have to get another one. That's all.
No, we're going to be putting that up for pre-order.
If I don't get at least a 9.8 out of it.
I don't know how to grade stuff by eyesight, bro.
You're not getting a 9.8 anyway, because if you send it off to get CGC, you're not getting it back ever.
Well, in a year. You get it back in a year. 12 months.
Yeah. There's a new one coming. I'm actually going to be on a channel called Spine Ticks on Saturday. And there's a new guy getting into the game that's going to be doing the certifying books.
Spine Ticks, somebody's going to be doing that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is it that didn't Jeppy from Diamond buy a grading company as well?
Yes.
Yeah, but what do they do? Coins or trading cards or both?
Don't know. I thought it was books.
I don't think they're doing comics.
Really? Yeah, they're not doing comics yet. Not yet. Trust me, they'll move in. But I think at the moment it's either coins or cards or both. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the market's wide open now because the two people on the top of the mountain have fumbled the ball so badly that someone could jump in there and take all their business away from them.
You know what gets me is, why is it taking this long to grade something? Yet you got a young lady from eBay who's out there grading sneakers multiple times a day on a daily basis. I don't know if you've seen the videos of her out there doing this stuff, right? But people are coming up to her with expensive sneakers. Whenever there's a sneaker show, eBay sets up a booth over there. She's out there, and they put a censure tag, kind of like the kind of like the theft tag that retailers have in their stores, right? And it's almost a censure tag that authenticates that it was verified by eBay or the people from eBay as this being a legit sneaker, stuff like that. And they're turning this out in 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
I mean, it could be 1, 2 things or a combination of both. One, you're pushing certain things ahead of the line. So you're getting things from stores or from publishers. So they're getting pushed ahead. 2, they don't have enough people working.
Yeah. I think it's just volume. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's probably volume. I mean, think about it. Some of these collections have gone mad, right? Like here's the thing. Let's take something like Spider-Man 300, right? I'm pretty sure at the time they probably printed 3, maybe 400,000, maybe more of those. Who knows, right? Now, I don't know for certain, but let's say they have 20,000 of them that are already been graded, right? There you go. Click the like button. So let's say there's still at least another 200,000 books out there, probably stuffed in collections that people don't even know about. It's somewhere in their garage or whatever. A lot of these people are finding these books and sending these books in, So it's probably just volume. People probably sending in like, well, I got X-Men, my X-Men run from 97 up to 130, and I want to get them all graded. Right?
Okay, I hear that. But you know what? At New York Comic Con last month, they had people there grading Magic the Gathering cards. So they're expanding their business, and they just announced that they're going to be grading Funko Pops. So it's not a factor of hiring enough personnel, because if they're opening up 2 more divisions.
Well, maybe those people on double duty. I mean, who knows? Like how many employees do you think you need to run a business like that?
Right.
Ryan, can't pay to expedite the process, but still, it's only gonna expedite it by 2 or 3 months.
And the thing is, though, is how many books can a grader grade in an hour?
Yeah,
because that's really the question.
Right.
I mean, newer books, I would imagine, are easier. But then when you get older books, you got to flip through all those books. You got to make sure all those pages are intact. Do you know how many times when I was a kid, I bought a book and I would start flipping through it, and that little, remember that little corner like stamp thing that you could cut out?
Yeah.
You will find that and it's cut out. Could you imagine, getting one of those books? How do you grade? I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a firm mark on that book, right? So you got to flip through every page. You got to check the spines. You got to check all the ticks. You got to check everything, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, how many books can you grade an hour?
Right. No, I understand that. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Successfully, right? How many can you read? Right. I don't know what their process is like. Is there a verification process to grade their books? Does somebody have to check them after they checked? Is there a double check? Right. And then there's some tiers. There's the signature series. There's the sketch cover stuff.
Yep.
So I get that. But if you're hiring people for 2 brand new divisions, you're telling me you couldn't hire people for your main division to begin with, right? Well, and this has always been a problem, though, for CGC, because I remember when they first started, it was still taking about 6 months to grade a book back then. You were lucky if you got it back in 3 or 4 months.
I mean, it's a lot easier to grade an action figure and a card than it is a comic, dude.
Right. It's less work. Now, here's the other question is are they paying their people by the hour, or are they paying them like per unit?
Don't know.
All right.
They're just adding more factors on top of the factors to get to the factors of why they're so damn slow.
But I'm just saying though.
I mean, if let's say that their whole entire market is now these cards and these action figures, I can see them just dropping comics altogether and saying, let someone else do it.
I don't know. I don't see that happening because I just think there's too much money involved.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, if they're paying people, I don't know, let's say they decide, so we're going to pay your workers, we'll pay you on the unit, right? Mm-hmm. And you get, maybe they'll give a guy or a person $750 an hour, $750 per piece that they grade. If you can grade 10 pieces an hour, you're making $75 an hour.
Right. Well, look, dude, we're speculating here. We really don't know. Of course we are. If anybody knows about that stuff, please drop it in the comments, or send me an email. Talk to us about it. There's going to be people watching this on the restream. So if you are, right, thank you, 1. And 2, if you have information about how CGC works or CBCS, is that the other company?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Right? Let us know. Let us know so we can share with everybody out there. I'm sure we could Google it and we could get some of that information right now as well.
Sure.
I'm lazy.
I will say that there was a theft, like at one of the comic shops got books stolen from at the Baltimore Con.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody did a snatch and run off their table. So I mean, that's the first time I've ever seen that at a show before.
Oh no, I've seen that happen in New York Comic Con, and now New York Comic Con has cameras up there on personal booths doing that stuff. But here's the thing: graded stuff has serial numbers on it. So where are you going to sell it to? You're going to keep it for yourself.
The smartest thing to do is crack it, throw that away, throw away the case. You still got the book, and you can always get that book regraded.
Right.
Okay. That's good stuff.
That's horrible stuff, actually.
Following these serial numbers off a gun after you steal it.
I probably just inspired like 15 horrible people. They're like, hey, that's a good idea, buddy.
You know what? I'm sorry, I didn't even think about that. You're right. But does it damage when you crack it?
No, because then there's no point to having it sealed up, because there has to be a point where you can I would imagine, like, let's say if you're selling an expensive book, like I don't know, Amazing Fantasies, whatever number Spider-Man showed up on, or Superman #1, God knows, whatever, $1 million comic, right?
Okay.
If I was buying that book, I don't care if it's CGC graded. I want you to open that fucker up, and I want to see the interior pages. I want to make sure that if I'm spending $1 million, I don't care what company tells me what.
Okay.
I want to make sure all the page, like I don't want to be the guy who buys the cover and then you crack it open, all the pages on the inside are white. They're just empty.
But after time, isn't that stuff going to deteriorate once it's oxygenated?
Well, there are a lot of different ways to do it, right? But I mean, the thing is you can always put it in a room that's neutral temperature. It'll be fine. You wear gloves, and when it's done, once you're done verifying it, you put it back.
Okay.
It's not like they're sealing it and then sucking all the air out of it and then putting it in.
I thought it was vacuum packed.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it's vacuum packed, and I don't think it's put in with like a neutral gas.
Yeah.
Like they do with some paintings.
Okay. See, and then I thought cracking it open is like, when you crack open that plastic thing that is sealed only on the edges, and it just, once you open it up, it flips in half and it fucks everything up.
I don't know. Well, but the thing is, like I said, with that type of purchase, I'm pretty sure you could contact CGC and they'll send somebody out to do it for you professionally. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about, you just go in there and you go fuck shit up on your own.
Ladies and gentlemen,
what's up, Ryan?
I want to introduce Ryan, who is fashionably late this evening.
I had to make an entrance. It was real boring. What's up, guys?
That's a great chibi shirt that we turned into a pin from Unstoppable Comics. I know everybody who backed the last campaign got their chibi pins, and I'm so happy they do.
Espero.
What's up, guys?
Wow, there's 4 minutes left today campaign, folks. That's it. 4 minutes left to the dead princess Vicky Styx on Kickstarter. I'll just leave this up here. I've never done a rap party before, and here I am talking about everything but the book. So now you know why I'm so successful. Successful.
Why are you so sexy?
in promoting my stuff. But yeah, so this is it, folks. The last minutes of you to get Vicky Styx. And now that there's 4 minutes left, I will say that anybody who wanted to buy a chromium cover, holochrome cover, or a red foil aluminum stamped cover, this is it. The only time you're going to be able to buy it is here on this campaign. From this point on, those premium covers will only be used as giveaways and incentives. So unless you get your hands on it right now, that's it. You gotta pray that the fates will bless you with something later on down the line.
If you've already backed, you can always go in and change your reward level. You can always add it on.
You could add on
minutes.
You could add on, yes, definitely. But this is. I think this is where we're going to stay. I think we're going to be at 133 backers. That's 11 more backers than I have ever gotten in any previous campaign. I'm psyched about that. So close to breaking the second place comic book, which was the Storm Chasers graphic novel for $3,800. So David is decreasing. He didn't get any of the premium covers. So that's hey, to each their own. To each their own. And I'm glad you work with me because I get to see you every day and rub it in your face if you do. So thank you for that.
At least he got his last reward. I didn't even get I don't even know why I backed this damn campaign. I haven't even gotten the first one that way.
I'm gonna put this single on you while I say one thing. I got your money for the last one.
Yes, you did. You're gonna get it for this one too. Unlike some people, I believe in fulfilling. As a matter of fact, my last campaign, I just shipped out all the US backers just got their stuff shipped out.
I didn't get it.
You ordered a PDF, buddy. You check email. You got that.
You sure? I didn't even send my email. Damn it.
Rip each page out of the book, make it into a paper airplane, and just throw it through his window.
Oh, we are down to seconds. Oh my God, the dreaded seconds, folks. 106.5. Ay, bendito. I feel like it's New Year's.
Put it back up. Let it count down.
Let's see that shirt, Jay. I haven't seen that shirt.
with this shirt, the Vicky Styx shirt. This is the shirt that everybody's going to be getting. Good thing that I'm fat because it expands. You know what I mean? They get to see it in all its high visibility.
In greater than life size.
There you go, baby. There you go. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the. Here we go. You
can do it. You can do it.
There we go. Yeah. There's a lot of tabs. There's a lot of tabs, folks. Again, I will just you notice since I started live streaming, I have not busted your chops at all, right, Calderon? I know how difficult
this is true. This is true.
Yeah.
Small mercies.
Yes. So there's wow. It goes red now. It didn't go red before. Oh man. You know, I usually don't watch the last moments of any Kickstarter campaign. So this is a first.
So have you ever seen what happens?
No. What happens?
You'll see. Just keep watching.
Okay. I feel like the suspense is building. Are we gonna count it down like New Year's?
Go 10, right?
Oh, you want to? I was just being facetious.
Oh, it's good. I mean, we're here to have fun, right?
We're here to have fun. Oh my God, 20 seconds left. I'm nervous. If we're gonna count it down like New Year's, I gotta run and kiss my wife when it hits 0.
You ready? Let's do it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Oh, little fireworks. I love that. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's nice. That's cute. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Dead Princess Vicky Styx is now over on Kickstarter. Thank you, everyone who has been backing the campaign. I appreciate you. I appreciate you sticking through this with me. I appreciate everybody else who's been helping me on the back end and listening to me as I try to find new ways to build a better mousetrap while this was going on. Thank you, Daphne, for the celebration whistles. I appreciate that. But let's get down to brass tacks. We are going to be giving away 2 random sketch covers to one of the 133 people that have backed this campaign. And I am excited to do that right now. This is the first time we're doing this at the end of a campaign. So let me get up here. Let me stop the screen on this, right? And we're going to share screen on the random number generator. So here we go. Here's the random number generator, folks. All right.
It's a new one every time.
Yeah.
It's almost like you forget to bookmark it or something.
I do. Okay, so it's already preset for 1 to 133. So here we go. We're gonna do both at the same time and then look at the numbers up. All right. So it's already preset from 1 to 33. So we're letting this bad boy roll, folks.
How come these will never stop on their own? You have to stop them.
I don't know.
Like you put like a count before you want to stop.
But we're going to stop it right now. And we're stopping at backer number 122. 122 will be winning the first sketch cover, and that is the single image of the Interceptor on his book there, right? So that is our first backer number 122 will be receiving this sketch cover. All right. Now we're going to be showing off this sketch cover. You know what? For shits and giggles, I'm tossing this in there too. Right. So not only did you get the sketch cover, you're also getting Shield of the Interceptor number 1.
Oh, look at that.
As well. Okay. So you're getting 2 books. You're getting a one of a kind, and this one of a kind. This one of a kind is the Interceptor with Spawn creeping up on him. So we were talking about Todd McFarlane earlier. So it's great that he's up there. And you will also be getting a regular copy of Shield of the Interceptor number 1. All right. So let's get back to our random number generator. So the first winner was backer number 122.
Which we will name in a moment.
And we're rolling on the second backer. All right. And doesn't matter whether you're digital or not, anybody's getting this. I really hope you're in the States. But Here we go. Winner number 2 is number 100. Nice even number.
Round number.
Ooh. All right. So from this point, we're going to get into the dashboard here of the campaign, and we're going to look to find out who the winners are of these 2 special one-of-a-kind sketch covers. All right. I'm going to pull up the backer list now. Okay. All right. We're on the dashboard. We're on the backer report. All right. So we're going to scroll down and we're going to look for backers number 122. Ramon Chamorro. Backer 122. Ramon, you are going to be winning the very first sketch cover. And backer number 100. Jake Wendell. Jake Wendell, you're going to be winning the Spawn sketch cover.
Very nice.
Thank you, everybody. All right, that was a very, very successful campaign, and there is more to come, folks. Before we get out of here, I want to show you what's coming up next.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
There's more stuff coming from Unstoppable Comics. You think we're ending right here? That is not the case. Our very next book to be released on Kickstarter will be New York versus the World number 3. The Kickstarter will be launching in early January. There will be 24 pages and will be black and white interiors. The stretch goals can take this up to a total of 32 pages, and there will be trading cards involved in this as well. Aside from that, some of the add-ons. Here is one of the alternate covers. This will be the black logo cover. I really like that. It's the new icon for New York versus the World. So that will also be on one of the alternate covers. There will be premium covers. So there's going to be a holochrome cover of this and of the other cover shown a moment ago. And there will be aluminum foil covers as well. Shot glasses are coming back, folks. There's going to be brand new shot glasses based on this logo from New York versus the World. So that will be added on there, as well as
I thought we're going some more of that Kickstarter route, because I see here it says shot gal asses. I mean, hey,
Some shot gal.
I know you can show those.
You got to self-edit. You got to self-edit, folks. Shot glasses and a 2-inch
and 2-inch gal asses.
2-inch enamel pin of that logo itself. I know some people like the enamel pins, so we're going to come back and do that. I think that really looks good.
It's going to be a badass T-shirt.
That is right. There will be T-shirts as well. I'm sorry. After that, though, there will be another book coming out. And in early March, we're coming back to the Interceptor, baby. He is the flagship character of Unstoppable Comics. He's our marquee dude. There's so many things that are branded with the Interceptor, and he is coming back. Volume 2, issue number 1 will be released in early March. This will be 24 pages. It will be full color. Some of the stretch goals will be extra pages that will take it up to 32 pages in total. There will be trading cards. There will be T-shirts and a few other tchotchkes involved. There is an after that as well.
But wait, there's
Marvel revealing the next 15 years of content.
And we're coming back to the Storm Chasers as well. So early May, we'll see volume 2 coming out of the Storm Chasers. This is going to be a trade paperback. This will have issues 5, 6, 7, and 8 collected. It will be full color. Stretch goals will include extra pages. There's going to be a cover gallery. there's going to be a chibi gallery, and there will be something that is called a faux famous battle gallery. So even though there's only been 8 issues of the Storm Chasers, I like to say within the Unstoppable Comics universe that the Storm Chasers have been existing for years. So we will see different lineups that I have envisioned over the years, handling different situations. So that will be a pinup that will be given into those extra pages in the stretch goals, and there will be trading cards for this bad boy as well. And last but not least, because she was successful, we're coming back to Vicky Styx. Issue number 2 will be released in early July. 24 pages, full color, as well as trading cards and extra pages for the stretch goals. So there will be more Vicky Styx. Do not worry. These dates are tentative. They can move up. They can be sped up. They will not be further than that. There are other books that are going to be coming out, but these are the 4 that are set in stone. So this will be taking us up to the summer, and that gives us another 4 months, 5 months from that point to drop a few more books. I've got maybe a 2-month release schedule, so we're looking at 1 month for the campaign, 1 month for fulfillment. Once the fulfillment is over, then I'll be launching the next campaign. Hopefully I can speed that up. Calderon and I were on a stream a few weeks ago where they talked about 3 weeks being the sweet spot for a campaign. I may try that on the next campaign. Some people may be fatigued with waiting for so long for a book, right? 2 weeks may be too fast for a book. So let's see where things lie with a 3-week campaign. And then, our first convention will be Chicago at the end of March, right? I think it's a 4-day convention. I know it ends on April 2nd, and that's a Sunday. So the 1st, the 31st, and the 30th, I think, is the first day of C2E2. I'm not 100% sure, but we will be there. I can't wait to see you guys, and we're gonna have fun over there.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, March 31st, April 2nd.
March 31st, April 2nd. Okay. All right. So it's a 3-day campaign. So I guess Thursday is the is setup day, right? So that's that. There are a few more that we have on the schedule, but we have not locked that in yet. But yeah, guys, thank you. Thank you for joining me as long as you have with so many live streams to promote this book. I know you got stuff coming up. Marvin, what do you got coming up next?
Coming up next is this weekend we'll be in Akron, the Akron Comic Con.
Okay.
In December, we'll be back here in Pittsburgh for Steel City Con. And then we'll be prepping up everything to go for The Edge and Beowulf to be in the previews catalog in January.
And what can they find when they go and see you at these conventions?
Sorry, say it again.
What are they going to be able to find? What are they going to be able to pick up?
We'll have up to issue number 5 of The Edge, issue 4 of Beowulf, up to issue 4. Yeah.
All right. Calderon, what do you got coming up, brother?
I have Kickstarters coming up. So I have probably on the 14th, I will be launching volume 2 of the Oswald Chronicles, Passing Queens and Making Homes. So it'll be the second trade paperback in the series. So that should be a lot of fun.
When is that coming out?
Probably on the 14th.
Is the pre-launch page up already?
Of course.
Yeah.
Drop that in the comments, baby.
Yeah, put it. Let's see it, baby.
All right, I got it somewhere. It's one of those things. It's like I got so wrapped up in wrapping up my current campaign that I was like, I completely forget to push this thing along.
I should have sent Daphne the wrench. Sending Daphne the wrench would have had this already set up for me, right?
This is true.
Yeah, you got to figure out how to do it first.
Right.
Yeah. So in the comments.
So look, I'm gonna put it in the private chat.
Oh, you said Passing Queens and Making Homes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
She did put it up in the private chat.
Oh no, I just put it in the private chat.
No, Daphne did. No, excuse me. She put it up in the regular chat. All right. So anybody who is checking us out right now, who's still with us, please click on the link in the comments. Right. For Daphne's book, Ego, Heir of the First Unicorn, issues 1 through 5, volume 1. All right. So that is her book. But then she's also put up Calderon's book.
Yes, sir.
All right. And this is the Oswald Chronicles. Check them both out. All right. They're friends, they're family. And they're out here grinding it out just like everybody else. Let me see if I can pull that up in the private chat quickly. Here we go. Bada boom, bada bing. I will share the screen so everyone can see what this title card will look like when they go to sign up for Calderon's new book. All right, here we go. We're giving Calderon the single right there. All right. Can everybody see it? Is it up? It's still live? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks, check it out. That's going to be Calderon's next Kickstarter. I mean, I love that cover image. Is that going to be the wraparound on the paperback? Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's the wraparound.
Nice. Are you thinking about putting that into a print as well or no?
Probably. We'll see how it goes. I'm thinking of maybe doing we'll see. I haven't decided yet. I gotta think about it. Because
put that in the chat on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't want to commit to anything just yet.
Okay. Well, sign up for it, folks. Please check out the pre-launch page.
You have to put it into the chat on YouTube. You only put it in the private chat for StreamYard.
I believe Daphne put it up in the chat on YouTube.
I think
she put it up in the chat on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then Ryan, where are they going to be able to find you, buddy?
Right here, IG. Just posting nonsense, dog pics, all the leaks I got to clean up. But other than that, Unstoppable Comics, as usual.
All right.
Nice.
Folks, thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for making the Dead Princess Vicky Styx as successful as it was over the 35-day campaign. I appreciate you all. I can't wait to start working and get these books sent to all of you. And I will be recording the hand delivery to Calderon's house.
Thank you.
Night, everybody.
Night.
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.